Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Wendy's panic attack, 2 awakenings from coma, and Eli and Lonnie's hurry to Paulina's aid. Ray Fernandez will be itching to question Harris Michaels about what transpired on the loading dock when he awakens from his coma, according to spoilers for the week of February 26 to March 1 on Days of Our Lives. Stefan DiMera will become nervous since he has something to hide, while Ava Vitali will be relieved that Harris is recovering. According to teasers for Days, Stefan will want to hide his involvement in Harris's potentially fatal encounter. Initially, this may be made easier by Harris's perhaps fuzzy memory. But before long, Stefan will be surreptitiously entering Harris's hospital room and putting an end to his voice, as Clyde Weston will give Stefan the order to do so. We ought to discuss another unconscious Salemite who is going to awaken next. Holly Jonas will open her eyes for the first time after Johnny DiMera visits her at her side. According to teasers for Days, Nicole and EJ DiMera will be ecstatic, but they'll soon discover Holly doesn't recall what caused her to go into a coma. Will EJ and Nicole acknowledge that Nicole overdosed when Holly demands the truth? Holly will eventually need to hear updates on Tate Black's horror as well. Hopefully, Holly will eventually be able to clear Tate's name because she should eventually be able to recall everything. Tate will be placed in a halfway home until then, where Brady Black and Teresa Donovan will pay him visits as they attempt to atone for their previous transgressions. Wendy Shin will experience a panic episode while being held captive, but Trip Johnson will support her through it. Trip and Wendy will have to keep themselves occupied, so they'll make excellent use of their imaginations. Despite the danger they find themselves in, Wendy and Trip are determined to create their own distraction by any means necessary. Positively, Ava and Stephen Nichols, will learn more about Wendy and Trip's predicament, so perhaps a lead regarding the whereabouts of the abducted victims will surface. According to other DOL teasers, Sarah Horton will stick by Xander Cook so that EJ may hear her fervent defense of him. Marlena Evans will question Everett Lynch about his past and attempt to unravel the mysteries behind the Bobby Stein scandal. Stephanie Johnson, who is trying to make sense of everything, will observe the exchange. Everett will also update Chad DiMera on the fracas caused by Jada Hunter's allegations against her ex-husband. Stephanie will be an emotional wreck, so Chad will go find her later and comfort her. When he gets back to Steve, he will undoubtedly tell Constantine Melionis a significant secret regarding John Black and his days as the Pawn. Steve might concede that Constantine is correct that the Pawn eliminated Katharina, but given that John is unable to recall his programming, he might also encourage Constantine to move on from the past. Regarding Alex Kyriakis and Kristen DiMera, they will talk about their romantic difficulties and possibly come to the conclusion that they require some fresh approaches. Days teasers indicate that Kayla Johnson will also have some information to share from the hospital, including some unsettling news regarding Paulina Price's health. Although Paulina seems to have additional health issues to deal with, at least Eli Grant and Lonnie Price Grant will be there to see her when she most needs them. Ultimately, Eric Brady will make the decision to surprise Sloan Peterson Brady with a unique Valentine's Day gesture. According to previews for Days of Our Lives, Sloan should be happy, but will she be able to spend the entire evening with Eric without any problems? Wandering along memory lane, adolescent love, curious minds. A young super couple enjoys time together, family and friends take a trip down memory lane, and someone is curious to learn more about Salem's first family. What's planned for the show on Wednesday? It's time to get started. Family and friends assist Doug and Julie Williams. Wednesday, February 21 ST's Days spoilers indicate Julie Williams, Maggie Kyriakis and Doug Williams will take a trip down memory lane and search through the burned-out remnants of the Horton residence. Naturally, with a little assistance from their buddies, they'll manage. Josh Taylor's Roman Brady, Kate Roberts Brady, John Black and Marlena Evans pay a visit and extend their help. In other intriguing news, when everyone goes through stuff and thinks back on the past, they will discover a vintage box. What part, if any, will it play in future stories? It will be up to the fans to find out. Regarding the Horton family, spoilers for Wednesday, February 21's episode of Days suggest that Alice and young Tom Horton will go on a picnic. This week, the program will delve into some flashbacks featuring the early years of Salem's first super couple. What unsolved riddle awaits us? Leo Stark is inquiring further. In the meantime, Wednesday's DOL spoilers mention that Greg Rickhart's character Leo Stark would be curious to learn more about the Horton family's past. Julie will accept that he is curious. Is he hoping to do a profile on the family for The Spectator, or is there more to this? Is Julie going to assist Leo and provide him the knowledge he needs? Leo asks Julie, friend assistance, and an unidentified box. Days in the Life Wednesday, February 21st spoilers suggest that Leo Stark hears Julie Williams talk about the Hortons. Friends visit the Horton house to help with cleanup. A curious box is discovered amidst the debris. Days of Our Lives spoilers indicate that Leo frequently mocks the pain of others. Leo feels, nonetheless, that because the Horton house burned down recently, he need to write an essay about it.at the Horton residence. Leo will have a seat with Julie and hear stories from the past. Tom and Alice Horton were always willing to lend a hand to anyone in need. Doug Williams will talk about how he got to know the family and how, before getting married to Julie in the future, he fell in love with her mother. Naturally, Maggie Kyriakis will talk about her dating and marriage to Mickey Horton. Maggie, Julie, and Doug will go through the debris of the Horton home in search of any salvageable items. These walls house decades worth of history, after all. Can anything be salvaged after the Horton house was completely destroyed by fire? Assistance in sorting through everything with the family will be provided. Evans Marlena to assist with cleanup and nostalgia, John Black, Roman Brady, and Kate Brady, Lauren Koslow, will all be there. Can Leo see how devoted and involved in the community the Horton family has always been from these witnesses to the love of the Horton house? The family will find a mystery box among the debris, and inside will be a treasure. Who assembled this box? What relevance do the contents have? After the terrible fire destroyed the house, might this box help the family move on? Will the contents be useful for the family's future transitions? This box might provide further additional historical context for the Horton family. The Hortons, after all, are the family on the show that has been in Salem for the longest. Will the Hortons and their pals be able to solve this new mystery, or will it lead to a deeper understanding of the past? The poignant tribute to Bill Hayes was paid in the Days of Our Lives special episode, but is Doug's story coming to an end? Even though it has been difficult to watch the Horton home turn to ash and debris on Days of Our Lives, this is the most exquisite homage to the Hortons that we could have asked for at the exact moment we need it. During Wednesday's episode on February 21st, you can read the complete report here. The show featured a lot of flashbacks from Tom and Alice Horton's history while Doug and Julie observed what was left of their cherished home. Some were performers recreating young versions of Tom and Alice that we never got to witness, and some were sequences from earlier episodes of Days of Our Lives. Towards the conclusion of the episode, the program honored Bill Hayes in loving memory by quoting Hamlet, "Good night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing me to thy rest." Legend on stage and screen. Hayes passed away only a month ago, but we probably won't see Doug say goodbye until the show's summer filming schedule catches up with reality.